Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Crockett Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone. I got my man in the building, Donovan Sadiq. I got the Queen, Demetra K. And I am the five-star general. It's Free Flow Fridays. It's going down, baby. We let it go on Fridays. Ain't no telling what we gonna talk about. You don't want to miss this one. And I got a nugget for you straight out the gate. Say, get a seatbelt, baby. It's what it is, man. Say, man, I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone and tell you thank you, because you know without you good people, we would not have a show. And I want to make sure that we got our Clubhouse members in here tonight and make sure we streaming live to Clubhouse. If y'all can hold on just a second. Demetra, Donovan, lace them to the game. I'll be right back.
Well, okay. Well, welcome to Free Flow Friday, everybody. We made it. And we're glad to have you here. You guys are some of the best audiences and friends in the world, because not only do we try to give you as much knowledge of what's going on in the new black media, which other platforms don't cover, but we learn just as much from you guys as, you know, we hope that you guys do from us. So thank you guys for tuning in. And please do us a favor. We are under a shadow ban. All new black media is under a shadow ban. So please like, share, and subscribe. The War Zone is on Facebook as well as YouTube. And in some cases, if you have Twitter, you can share us on Twitter as well. So we're on all these platforms. We want to get you guys the information that you guys need to get. So let me pass it off to my homie, Demetra K. By the way, for all you ladies out there, happy Mother's Day. Because again, my only question with Mother's Day is, how come y'all get to go out to the dinners and get all the gifts and stuff? Then Father's Day, it's either y'all want us to barbecue or you give us a TV dinner. Demetra?
Hey.
You better be happy you getting that, okay? You could be getting nothing. You could be getting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, okay? I could be making you make me something to eat.
I want you to hold your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm ready now if y'all can. I tell you, man, I think some days I'm going left and I just happen to go right. And I tell you, last night in the Texas state legislation about 3 a.m. Remember, I kept telling you, we kept saying these folk were cheating down in Harris County with the voting and all that stuff there. And last night they passed some new election laws. So I challenge you politicians to violate because you're going to go to jail. You're going to go to jail. But I knew that I wasn't wrong. I knew that I wasn't wrong for what I was feeling. Let me show you something. As you can see, I put up a screen that has some names and some red dots and some green dots. This is how the votes are shown in the Texas state legislation. All right. Now, the bill SB 6, House Bill 7, or however they call it, that was about changing the election laws to a certain degree to stop voter fraud and the possibility of fraud. Now, everybody said it was Jim Crow 2.0, and I said it wasn't because I've caught voter fraud. But I want to show you something. I want you to see. I can't make it any bigger. So what I'm going to do, Demetra, can you still see me?
I can see your pointer, but I can't see you.
Right there where I'm pointing, that name says Allen. This is the board from when the votes were tallied. Right there where that thing is pointing, it says Allen. And I want to congratulate State Representative Alma Allen out of Houston for validating my feelings that African Americans could support that bill, that they were screaming we're going to disenfranchise black and brown people. Miss Allen, thank you for standing up for voter fraud. I really do appreciate it. So here's the thing. Get down to Austin or get you a plug in Austin. Keep your eyes on your legislators because you never know how they gonna vote. Miss Allen, thank you. I know in the third reading she didn't vote at all, but it's cool. But you voted when it was time to vote, and we appreciate it. Hallelujah. Thank you, State Legislator Alma Allen. Now you can go, Demetri.
Back to this peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You better be happy you ain't getting. Yes, it is. It is going to be Mother's Day on Sunday. And so happy early Mother's Day to you mothers out there. And some of you happy mother. Too much candy. Let me slow down. So anyway, if you guys can share this live. I have no idea where tonight will go, but it will go somewhere. Hopefully it's somewhere good. If you guys can share this, we would greatly appreciate it. I know Donovan's got something he wants to start off with. So what you got, man?
Well, quickly in the news, the job report came out today, and it wasn't the million jobs that Joe Biden, the Democrats, said were going to be created because he's the president now, and he's going to be the savior and all this other stuff. It came out there was about 260,000 jobs that were created, but even though Joe Biden is not accessible to the press, he comes out and does a 12-minute explanation of the numbers for those of you that might be slow at home, and he says, look, we still gained 260,000 jobs. My recovery is a long-term recovery, so we're right where we need to be. Just follow me, folks. Just follow me. And that's, isn't it amazing that all of these people who get elected, they take credit for the predecessor or the predecessor's predecessors' work to put the economy where it's supposed to be or whatever. The stock market is at a 75-year high. Where's Donald Trump taking credit for that? I thought because the stock market's high because of Donald Trump. But no, Joe Biden's saying it's him. It's because of him. Do you see how this stuff works? And unfortunately, Black people fall into it millions and millions of times. Also in the news, it just broke a couple hours ago. The officer that shot Deontay Wright, they did a FOIA request trying to get her training records because you guys know she was a training officer. Those of us that have been in the military or some of us that have been in the police force or have members of the police force, we know that our primary weapon is our main weapon. It is part of our body. As a man, my gun is like scratching my balls. I know where they're at all times, correct? This lady is a training officer and she mistook a taser for her gun. Anybody will tell you that is bullshit, that is false, but they're finding in her records what they released. She doesn't have a lot of training that has been released in there. So if that is the case, no wonder she shot this man dead. Either she did it on purpose or she was woefully inactive. But isn't it a fact that we all know about? A Black person has to have 3 or 4 degrees or be 3 or 4 times better than their white counterparts. A lot of our white counterparts out here, because of nepotism, they get on the police force because they're Uncle Buck's nephew or they're so-and-so's relative. And I think in a case of this lady, that might be also the case. She was reprimanded several times in the 90s. All kinds of stuff going on. If that was a Black person, you would have been fired after the 3rd time. So here we go. Here we are. Hopefully they will deal with it. And also today, the Justice Department charged all 4 officers with civil rights violations in case of George Floyd. So here we go. Get ready.
Y'all waiting on me? Okay, y'all waiting on me. I want to throw some rocks because, I don't have anything specifically to talk about, but I don't know if you guys caught Dr. Umar Johnson when he kind of gave a rebuttal to the high value man argument, basically talking about Kevin Samuels and the guys that are like him. He called them some YouTubian something, these dudes on YouTube with no clinical experience or any education as far as to be counselors, people in relationship and stuff like that. Well, he basically said that men who follow and listen to that of the high value man's Kevin Samuels are beta males. Now you guys don't know what a beta male is, for lack of better words. It's a man who's kind of a wimp in relationships, or he's the opposite of an alpha, which is strong and dominant, not dominant like club you over the head. Male is, for lack of better words. but knows his place and able to lead, right? And so he called them beta males. And you know what? I agree. You guys know who, and I know some people gonna get mad, and there's a lot of dudes and some women who you like Kevin Samuels. I'm not telling you not to like him, but it has always been my stance that he just was able to tap into that section of society or society of Black men who already hated Black women, and he gave those men permission to just be unapologetic about it. Like, he has told them it's okay. It's okay not to like Black women. I also want to say I'm not excusing the behavior of some Black women. Some of the behavior of a lot of Black women is very deplorable and everything else. But for the most part, Kevin has, put out the back signal to Negroes that hate Black women. Go ahead. And these are the reasons why it's okay for you to do that. And so, to Dr. Umar's other point is, he's like, women, why are y'all calling in on these shows seeking validation from men anyway, especially men like that? He said, y'all getting on there telling all y'all business, to total strangers. And he says, I get it. Some of y'all are, wanting to be validated by Black men. And he also talked about the lack of fatherhood and a lot of Black women experiencing bad relationships from men, whether it's their father or relationships they've been in. And so they call into these shows trying to, get some sort of, I don't know, you're an okay Black woman type of thing. But in essence, if you guys have seen Kevin Samuels' platform, he just denigrates these women, just destroys these women. There's nothing they could do or say, even if they're right. He makes a mockery out of them. He calls them fat. He got all these antics and, just tearing Black women down. And so I want to get you guys' opinion of that, since y'all made me go first.
Well, Kevin Samuels, what's the other guy's name?
Tommy Sotomayor?
Yeah. No, the other guy, the other Black guy. Kevin Samuels, the other one that got caught cheating.
Oh, Derrick Jackson.
Kevin Samuels, Derrick Jackson. Let's just put it out here, man, because ain't nobody gonna really come out here and say nothing. Man, these dudes some clowns, man. These dudes some clowns, man. Kevin Samuels degrading women because he probably don't know how to. You understand, man? If you're on Clubhouse, hold on. How I feel. And I mean, if you're just walking around doing that much, man, you're doing too much. They really got some broadish tendencies to me. They act like some girls to me. And it is what it is. As far as what they feel or what they think, say, man, it's cool. But the little game you running home, boy, it'll be over in a second. You the hot thing right now. Hopefully you have a hot boy summer, because you're gonna be cold when it come winter, clown.
Yeah, that whole situation, it's kind of weird to me, because if you're gonna be one of those dudes, be it Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, and you're gonna be nitpicking women, I hope you have a couple billion in the bank, and and you come with it like that, where you can be what it is. But you find out, just like in that Williams guy's case, you're married, they're not what they always seem to be. And then in a lot of their cases, they're not married or whatever. And there's a good reason for that, because if that's what he's looking for and that's what his opinion is, that ain't going to work out for the rest of us. So, I look at those guys, like I said, now Demetra knows I enjoy Tommy Sotomayor, because some of the stuff that he says is funny to me. And there's some truth to it, depending on what he's talking about. But it's all entertainment. Anybody that takes these people for, seriousness and things, because, they don't really talk about stuff of substance, then, I'd have to question the people that actually, like Demetra says, these women get on there, they tell their whole business to this stranger who doesn't know anything about them and all this stuff. I got to take their, situation as you know, these people are just looking for clout, or you know, just trying to get out there. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Umar in that. You know, a lot of those women are looking for validation, because I've actually had some people say, you should call in there, you should try to talk to him. And I'm like, for what? And I've always said, I don't need Kevin to validate me. I don't need to have no conversation with him. Who is he? Because, you know, a lot of men run around and call him the Godfather. Oh, he's Godfather. And, you know, he's right all the time. And, you know, and it's just like, it reminds me of Jim Jones and Guyana. Like, these dudes, they just follow any and everything that he says. And I'm like, because I've listened to him, you know, quite a bit. And, well, I won't say quite a bit, but sometimes. And I find myself annoyed. Like, these dudes they really like soaking all this in. And I just really came to the conclusion that they already hated Black women. You know, because Kevin is on there talking about that's why Black men are leaving y'all for white women and, you know, other women that aren't Black, because, you know, y'all sisters got issues and y'all need to do this, y'all don't do that. And I'm like, but he says, I'm helping Black relationships. I'm like, how, when you're causing a schism? How you helping Black relationships when you were further teaching these men, and I'll go ahead and say it, these beta men, and I have another word from off camera, I won't say it. You're teaching them to further to further hate Black women. And you're seeing it manifest all over the internet. Like I said, most of these dudes have 4 questions that they ask women. What's your dress size? How tall are you? How many kids you got? And then there's another one. Oh gosh, and some.
What's your number in the bed? You know, or your body count. Your body count.
It's dress size, height,
body count,
weight, and kids, something like that. So yeah, some just totally, you know, just shallow, right? And you know, that's what I see a lot of these men running around on the internet asking women. You get into a little disagreement. What's your dress size? And I'm like, man, I ain't gonna tell you what my dress is. Like, who are you? Who are you? And then the thing they got now is they call women who I guess are disagreeable the modern woman. Where, you know, y'all, they don't listen, they don't do this, and I'm just like, Lord have mercy. It's gonna be a whole bunch of dudes getting together with a whole bunch of dudes, because at the end of the day, they ain't gonna like no woman.
Right, but well, I mean,
I would ask, you know, Kevin, you know, he actually asked, I don't listen to this dude, and he actually asked women what's their dress size.
So what happens is, if, you know, they ask him a question and it seems like maybe they're getting the better of him. Okay, hold on. What's your dress size, ma'am? Well, I don't know. I'm an 8. And how tall are you? Oh, I'm 5'2". Oh, you know, and then he'll play this music, like, you know, like you fat or whatever, some tuba, or, you know, it sounds like you're on the heavy side, you know, just to really, it's just really mean spirited. And a lot of these women walk away so dejected. I'm like, well, what did you think he was gonna do?
Well, I asked that because, I mean, if you were in a discussion with him and, you know, he would, well, what's your dress size? I think you should have the perfect rebuttal for Kevin Samuels. What was your skirt size when you were a cheerleader in high school? Or when I didn't wear a skirt. Okay, so what was your pant size if they were squeezing your nuts together when you was doing splits? You don't have to say, man, this dude a sucker, man. This dude is a sucker, man. What was his skirt size when he was a cheerleader in high school? I'm 5-star. I'm gonna be on the field looking at the cheerleaders. Say, man, I think we need to check this boy, man. We need to see if we can get him some pills or something, because he may need to be, you know, changing who he is to running different races with other people. But what's Kevin Samuels' skirt size, Mr. Cheerleader?
Yeah. So Al says the other question he asks is, how much do you think it takes to take care of a family? You know, because he'll ask these women, so do you want to be married? Yeah, I want to be married. Well, do you want to have kids? Yeah, I want how many kids you want to have? And they tell him, Well, do you want to take care of half the expenses, or do you want him to take care of all of it? Well, it'd be nice if he could take care of all of it. Well, where do you want to live? California. Well, you know it takes like $500,000 a year. You know, and where are you going to find a man making that kind of money? And you got kids already, and your dress size is this. Men want a woman who's like this, and it's just wow. I get mad when I listen to it, because not mad because he's making the bag. Mad that people really think this Negro is helpful to Black people.
Well, I think, men probably want a woman like Kevin. They probably want a woman like Kevin. And Kevin probably wants a man like them.
Like I said, I mean, I've seen the show 2 or 3 times, maybe watched it, and I was just like, what the hell is this clown? It seems to me he's on his way to being a Caitlyn Jenner type brother, So just a matter of time.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm looking at these comments. Yes, Jonelle, you said it. Says the main ingredient in pimping is insecurity. Exactly. So you get these women on there, and you just dress them down mentally and emotionally and even physically, and and make them feel like they're nothing. And then the dudes they love it. And I said, you know what? To any Black man, I don't care if you like it or not, you following behind Kevin Samuels, you don't like Black women the way you say you do. Because no Black man worth his weight is going to allow or even sit up and give that kind of a man a platform while he's sitting up talking bad about Black women and telling, Black dudes or her, he gonna go get him a white woman because you won't do A, B, C, and D. But the other problem is he never addresses all of the behavior. He is basically saying that women should just lay down and take it, regardless of what it is, and that if you a high-valued man, if you got your high-value man, you just accept that he's gonna cheat. That all high-value men cheat.
Well, my baby's on here, Jalen Monroe, and she thinks like her father. Maybe Kevin is trying to find him a white man.
No, I have a good question, Demetra. Where are these Black women that have this low self-esteem like that? Because all the ones that I get with are these strong, you can't tell me what to do. My father did, I get those. So where are these women that he can dress down like that? Because I don't run into those type of Black women.
And Eric, let me answer your question in a second, Donovan. But Erica says nobody has an issue with Kevin when he was telling the men to get it together. Okay, so the operative word there is was. And see, he found his niche. At first, yeah, he was trying to be an image consultant to Black men, but then he found this niche that y'all, because I'm sure you probably follow him. I don't know, maybe you don't, so I won't be too judgmental. He found that a lot of Black men actually liked when he dogged out Black women. And so that's where he shifted his attention to. And just like a Tommy Sotomayor and all of those other self-hating Negroes out there that thinks it's okay to shit on Black women, he saw that you guys liked it, and you guys pay him a lot of money to do that. And so you can't say that he's helping people and then tearing down Black women. That you like. So is the goal for Black men and women to be together, or is it to sell Black men on this falsehood that you're gonna be better off with a white woman or a woman that is not like your own? Like what message is he really sending? But I get it. He's securing the bag, and that's the unfortunate part about being on a platform, especially on the internet, is because there's a lot of money. And when I say a lot of money, and Gary and Donovan know what I'm talking about, there's a lot of money in raccooning, selling yourself out, and just being a tool to white supremacy, and being a candidate. There's a lot of money in being Candace Owens and Jesse Lee Peterson, but at the end of the day, what are you doing it for? You're doing it for a check at the detriment to your people. So I get it. Kevin can be entertaining, but for y'all men who really, and women too, I don't know why you do, y'all follow and amen him. I think you really need to look in the mirror and ask what's wrong with you. Why do you feel so insecure? And let that man tell you how to see your own Black man or woman.
I've read Eric Oloso's, if I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize, his comment to be more specific when Kevin was telling black men to get it together. Who is Kevin Samuels to tell a black man to get it together? He must not have gotten it together during those 3 divorces that he got. So I mean, you tell me. I mean, how he gonna tell you what you need to do to keep your marriage together when he couldn't keep 3 of them together? Hey man, you paying money to listen to this clown? Keep paying that money, man. And you gonna keep being out there dealing with them, the ratchet ones. Like my man said in the Players Club. If you think that these women gonna put up with your foolishness, then go find you the ones with bullet wounds and stab wounds every goddamn well. Because how do you allow or even sit there and entertain somebody like that, dude? That makes no sense. But then again, on the day that God was passing sense out, a whole bunch of you Negroes skipped the line.
Well, the opposite of that, you got your Steve Harveys out there. These women are listening to a man that is on his 3rd marriage, dogged the 2nd wife out to no end. I mean, he did stuff to his 2nd wife that no man should do, even if you do hate the woman. You know what I mean? This woman was with him when they were living in the cars together. She left her family for him, all this other stuff. But yet women are high-fiving Steve Harvey, who gets the lighter skinned chick that's basically the Memphis trap house queen. And they act like he's a relationship guru. It just doesn't make sense in how I don't know if it's just the illusion that these people are so successful when they're broken, behind the scenes. These people are just broken behind the scenes.
They're Svengalis, okay? They are men, and there's women too, but it's that term is to us for a man who gets women to do any and everything, no matter what that is, a pimp, for a lack of better words, right? But Thunder, how you doing? He says, Miss Ali, and that's Shahrazad Ali, said you can never analyze or correct the black female. Now I follow Miss Ali, and I want to say never. I get where she's going with it, that black women can be on a hard-headed side, but I think the problem is for a lot of black men, well, some black men, y'all listen to that part of Miss Ali, but you don't listen to the part where she's talking about y'all. And a lot of times the black woman is out of order. No, I'm not saying it's y'all fault, but black men and women are out of order. That's the problem. And so a lot of, and I'm gonna use this word one time, the dusties on Facebook think it's their right to run around and telling any and every black woman what she should do. And if she don't listen to you, well, that's why Kevin Samuels, and that's why Shahrazad. First of all, I ain't your woman. You can't even tell your woman what to do. How you gonna get on Facebook and tell somebody else's woman what to do? That's the problem. And a lot of problem is a lot of these dudes out here want to just be doing any and everything to women, and then expect for her to say, okay, king, you acting like a whole court jester. You want me to treat you like a king? So there has to be some balance. So don't say that the black woman is out of order when the black man is just as much out of order.
Well, my thing is, you hear these guys call themselves kings or whatever, and yet if you're a king, that means you're in charge of a kingdom. So you got these guys talking about I'm a king, or treat me like a king or whatever, but they're not acting like a king within their own household. How are you gonna ask the girl, where's your part of the rent, or where's your half of the mortgage? Kings don't do that. You're the king because you take care of the whole damn thing. So a lot of people have got it twisted.
You can hear now?
Yeah. So,
Man, look, let's just admit some of these people, some of these guys are not kings.
Yes.
Some of these guys are not kings. They're just not kings. Some of them are court justice. Some of them are just straight up court justice. So I just don't believe somebody that had 3 failed marriages should be given any marital advice. I don't believe that. I mean, Kevin, it's easy to get on and try to degrade women. because of their size. Ray Charles didn't have a problem with them. Jamie Foxx don't have a problem with big girls. You see what I'm saying? So Kevin Samuels is a joke, and those that feed into him, pay into his stupidness, you get what you pay for sometimes. Go run up on a sister with that foolishness Kevin Samuels and told you, and watch you get that blade put on your throat.
Well, yeah, and I don't know. Like I said, it makes me mad because there's a lot of gullible men out there. But Kevin said this, but Kevin said that. And I'm like, well, what did your daddy say? Oh, your daddy ain't in your life. So that's why you listen to a con like Kevin. Because you've never, and a lot of these men act like they never had a good man, their grandfather, their daddy, somebody in their life to impart some wisdom upon them. And so they letting this man, like you said, Gary, that's been divorced 2 or 3 times. And, I ain't going to put him all the way out there, but I know somebody personally who knew him before he's him. But that's all I'm going to say, right? That's all I'm going to say. And y'all being, not y'all, but the people who follow him are being conned. I mean, it's just the hustle he's running, like a lot of people. But y'all sit up and let this man tell y'all how to deal with black women. Like, he has really gotten a lot of these dudes out there, like, really hating black women. Now all of a sudden, at one point in time, like I said, Gary, black women are supposed to have some meat on their bones. Now we're supposed to be walking around looking like clothes hangers, per Kevin's analogy. So it's like, what is it? But at the end of the day, men can't define a woman, right? Now, if you were king, a woman who wants to be with you, I don't want to say bow, but she's gonna do all she can to be in your good graces, right? But that don't mean that you are browbeating her into submission. A woman is going to submit to you because she sees you worthy of doing that. But you're talking about her dress size and how many kids she got. But yet he talking about these women who got, couple baby daddies, but he don't never say about the men who left them to be single mamas. That's the crazy part to me. And I've seen a lot of dudes with a bunch of kids getting on the internet talking about how many kids you got. I'm like, nigga, I know you ain't asked me how many kids I got, and you got a church.
I think the question should be is how many kids Kevin has.
I don't know. Is it like 2 or something like that? 2, 3?
They with which wife? Because I mean, you can't talk down on anybody. You're not with your kid's mom, Kevin. You see what I'm saying? I don't entertain clowns like that, man. Like I say, man, the dude was a cheerleader. I'm through talking about it.
Well, let's talk about real quick. Let's just switch a little bit. We were on the other show, and a lot of people are now talking about the Serena Williams issue and the way she looks and the picture she put up on Facebook. I'm not sure if you saw it, 5-star. But I think Demetra has a copy of it. But basically, it looks like she got some work done. As we know, she's married to a white man. A lot of people are saying that basically she couldn't get the man she wanted because, she had really masculine features. I mean, all these tropes that they're throwing out there to why she may have altered her appearance. Some people say it's just the foundation of the makeup. Some people say it's the lighting. But if you look at the picture from what I saw, it could be bleaching. I mean, it's so ambiguous what it could be. But one thing we do know this, she had to have approved those pictures to be put out on Facebook or Twitter or whatever it was put out on. Black women, we have a lot of self-esteem problems to deal with, just being black in this country and what they tell us is the pure thing of beauty. But, you really got to have a low self-esteem issues when you put your fairly dark skinned lady and you put on the blonde wig and you lighten your skin. And I don't know if, to me, it's no secret, she's married to a white man and she maybe wants to please the white man. I don't know. I mean, what's you guys' take on that?
Well, first of all, she has the right to be married to who she wants to be married to. And I will say that she gave quite a few Negroes a shot at the punani and they blew it.
Mm-hmm.
She gave a whole bunch of them a shot, and they blew it. So she went to, she found a Caucasian partner. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with her doing nothing to her body, her skin. I don't have a problem with that. When you got that kind of money that she got, you do whatever the hell you want to do. You broke motherfuckers that want to sit around here and keep looking like you jumping up out of Easter eggs. Some of y'all don't even need to talk about this lady. Because some of y'all look like y'all been jumping out of motherfucking trees. I'm dead serious, man. So if he love it, I love it. I don't care about the white guy. If they in love, make it happen. They got a kid. Do what you need to do. And that's all I got to say about Serena, man. But when you got that kind of money, you can do whatever you want to do.
Well, I mean, you know what, Gary, I'm glad a man said that, and I'm glad a black man said that, as far as Serena giving black men a chance. She did. She dated everybody. Well, I won't say everybody like she was out there.
Yeah, I didn't get my chance, but go ahead.
No, but she dated quite a few brothers, and none of them put a ring on her finger. And, you know, she got with the white guy, and she seems to be happy now. That, you know, that ain't for me necessarily, but I'm with you, Gary. I don't knock people's choices. But, you know, a lot of people take out of context what she said, too, in regards to, she says, he's treated me better than anybody I've been with. And so, of course, people ran with it. Oh, she's saying a white man is better to have a white man. That's not what she said. She said, he has treated me better than anybody I've been with. So it's like, why can't that be true? Maybe he does treat her right and he treats her nice and she's happy. But I mean, as far as what that picture illustrates, I kind of don't have an opinion on it, because I don't know if it was just makeup or if she, you know, did bleach herself. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but yeah, like you said, Gary, I mean, Serena Williams is the best athlete ever to walk this planet. And as I said, not just in tennis, but ever. Okay, she is. I mean, she just is. And so I'm not sure what's going on with her, if that's something permanent, and if she got, I don't know. But I will say this, that if it is bleach, and, you know, people who bleach themselves, now sometimes it can be for cosmetic reasons or whatever, but a lot of times it is self-hate. I mean, we went to Africa and we saw black people who was like, you don't even look light-skinned, you look ashy, you know, because it was just weird the way it comes out. But I don't know. I guess I'm holding my judgment until I figure out exactly what's going on with her.
Serena bleaching or whatever it's called doesn't matter to me. At least you get to see what she's done. Y'all with the motherfucking waist trainers, with them push-up bras, y'all the ones that need some help. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. You walking around here and oh man, her stomach flat. Get in that goddamn room and pull that shot, and she built like Fred Flintstone. So I don't give a damn. She can bleach herself all day long. That thing is still pink.
Yeah. It's really big out here in California, especially in the Hispanic community. They have the body shapers. And, you know, you see this one, you know, you're thinking she's one way. And then, you know, when you get to the promised land, you think you get there, then it's something totally different. But to each his own, you know what I mean? To each his own. And, you know, regardless of who she loves and stuff, like I said, why should she be happy? If a white man's going to make her happy, how dare she be happy, you know, rather than keep giving these brothers a chance and, you know, they keep blowing it and all this other. I think she, for a while, she was dating Common for a while, wasn't she? Common's going through them.
Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Let's go back 4 years ago. Let's go back. No bleaching, thick chocolate. What motherfucker blow a relationship with Serena Williams? You know the one that blow the relationship with Serena Williams? The one that just wanted some pussy and didn't want to put a ring on her finger. That white boy come through the door with the diamonds, man. See, y'all run around here with sacks of weed thinking you get some ass for some fucking weed, man. Or for some pills, man. Guess what? He got her. It is what it is. But you can't be mad at him for getting her when she gave these dudes a shot. And black women are not obligated to stay in these fucked up relationships with you fuck ups because she just needs to date black. A whole bunch of black motherfuckers need to go get a job.
I mean, she dated Drake, I believe, at one time, and yeah, I mean, so I'm not mad at it for giving him, to get, she was dating, which is perfectly fine, and I hated the fact
Negro fucks up a relationship with Chocolate Serena Williams. The motherfucker must have been drinking moonshine. Dude, you can't blame it on the rain, man. You got to blame it on the rain, Donovan. I mean, it don't make sense.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
There are certain women in the game. Halle Berry in her prime. Jill Scott. See, I ain't Kevin Samuel. I like a little meat on my bones. Jill Scott. Serena Williams. You know, that little girl, Megan Good. And you motherfucker fuck it up. Megan Good went got her white one too. Why we mad at him? You need to get your shit together.
She got her brother now. He a preacher man. But now
you know what? Those
preachers be laying hands on that ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those preachers be getting those girls porno stars and stuff. I just don't understand how these preachers be doing it. But anyway, because there's also a trope when when I remember when she was dating the different guys in the industry, whatever. Then it was like, oh, she a hoe. And it's like, no, she ain't got no kids. She's a young, lady having fun doing what a dude would do. But when a woman does it, oh, she a hoe, she this and she's that. Now she's married, got a little family and stuff, and we still, knocking her success,
I ain't. I hope Mr. Caucasian man knocked the bottom out that thing tonight.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm glad that the men are saying it. Of course, I love black men. That's all I've ever been with is black men. But I always say on the flip side of that, I've had a lot of black men do me dirty. So I get Serena, but then I don't get it because I would never, date a white man. Just never would kill my daddy first of all. But
let me say this here. Whether it's black men, white women, black women, I'm gonna tell the world right here because I done said it before. I got infatuation with big girls. You dudes walking around here, I don't want to date a big woman. That's your business. Get your ragged ass on. Get your little small ragged ass on. You can't handle them big girls anyway, homeboy. So I like big girls. That's just me. Not because I'm a big guy, because I've dated all types of women. You see what I'm saying? I've dated all types of women. But if you don't know how to treat your woman, you ain't gonna keep your woman. That's all it boiled down to. So I just, at the end of the day, they need to get up off of Serena and understand that some of the biggest dudes in the game had her. But I tell you what, no matter how funky the game get, Jay-Z said it a long time ago, I got the baddest one in the game wearing my chain. And he went nowhere, and she went nowhere. I wonder how many Beyonce would have went through if she'd have dated, but she did her thing. But these dudes out here with that foolishness, that's why you be at home late night, Luther Vandross playing with a bottle of lotion.
Yes, indeed. Like I said, now myself, and please don't get this twisted, I've never dated a white woman ever in my life, and not because I wouldn't do it. I just never found one attractive, enough for me to really, cross that line. And then I have a thing of I'd have to date every black woman in the world for me to go to the B team at that point. So, but yeah, I mean, Serena, just those thick old legs, the body, the booty, who wouldn't want to get with, and the money? Who wouldn't want to get with that? It's just incredible. It's just incredible. But yeah, I love my chocolate sisters. So I got to stay with that.
Well, where we going next? It's free throw Fridays. I can't never say them 3 words at one time. But you know, the FFF Friday. And where we going now? Let's light it up, man.
Y'all throw some stuff up in the comment section. I mean, there's so much going on. I just try to like to keep it light on Fridays because we talk about, you know, politics and stuff all week long.
Well, I can tell you a subject we should talk about. We need to address it because it's happening quite often, and it's happening all over the world. When you're making love, why your woman be farting? Why some of y'all just lay up there and fart for no reason? It ain't because it's good. Some of y'all just lay up there farting for no goddamn reason. Tell the truth. And the thing about farting, some of y'all do it in some of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Uncompromising positions and places that you can. Why every Sunday somebody fought in the church? Got the whole motherfucking first level of pews just stinking. So answer this here. Why do you women be farting on purpose when you be making love?
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna say this and correct you because this is what I was corrected to say. Women do not fart, they poot.
Poot, fart, whatever. And them silent ones is killers because you don't even know the motherfucker that came out. So I'm just asking. And I got people on Clubhouse, and I know y'all some nice looking girls, but y'all done farted when y'all was in the bed too. Why y'all farting when y'all making love? And I don't give a damn who you is, you done did it.
Well, you know, I'm going to say this, you know, and it tripped me out for the very first time. I thought the girl farted, but when you're getting that air into that compartment and that air comes out, I was expecting the worst, but it all worked out to my benefit.
Do women really have a problem with the height of their men? Is height a killer in a relationship?
You know what? I think it is because you always got these women out here, and I got 2 nieces, and they say, I want a man that's 6'something, 6, you know. I said, well, what if the guy is 6'2" and he's a total, you know, dirt bag, but a guy is 5'3" and he treats you nice, got a job, does whatever he's got to do. But for some reason, it's the alpha animal thing where the woman always wants to mate with the so-called strongest male, which in the human species, that's not always the case.
Courtney Robinson said, toot your booty up for a long time and see if you don't fart. She say, I definitely have not farted during sex. Queef, yes. Farting, no. That's them silent farts, Courtney. That's them silent, that's them killers. And the ones that come out like, whole room stinking. Ain't nothing going on no more. Whole room just stinking.
Wait. But when that happens, 5-star, how do you play that off without, you know, making her feel bad?
I don't. Get your stinking ass up, man. Go in there and make sure ain't nothing come up out of there when you did it.
My mouse jammed, and so that was the good Lord. Did not want me to partake in that conversation. But I will answer the question about is height a thing for women? Now, some women no, but for me, yes, because I'm short. Okay, I don't know how much shorter that so for me, yeah, it is.
Well, what if you're short man with long money?
Yeah. Now, Dimitri, you remember my wife? She was taller than me, and then when she put on her heels,
yes, you told us you like to be flung around the bedroom like
yeah, she was, you know, very strong. Just look, picked me up, brought me into the bedroom, and just threw me on the bed. I knew I was in trouble, but guess what? That was trouble I was willing to handle.
Hey, well, you answered that pretty good, D. Have you women ever dated, married a man who ended up being an alcoholic and it destroyed your sex life?
I have
Do the alcohol mess with the dang-a-lang?
I don't know about all that, but I have dated an alcoholic, and it was not fun. And so I will say this: I, never wanted to be with somebody in that way. Once they were drinking and all of that, that was never attractive to me. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I done left the club with a few alcoholics.
Yeah, time of my life. Real quick, Errol Jones says, should blacks vote for Kamala in 2024? If not, what may be the result? Just wondering. Now, I'm going to answer that real quick. Kamala will not be the nominee, and Kamala will never be president. Remember, in the primary, it was black folks that sent her packing. If she can't get the black vote and she can't galvanize the black vote, she has no chance of winning, nor does any Democrat. Thus, you see a lot of the Biden-Harris supporters are silent, especially these HBCUs. How are you going to go to an HBCU and then talk about this country's not racist? You went to an HBCU. Make it make sense.
I don't really want to get into too much politics today, but I just believe that if they didn't support her last time, they're not going to support her in 2024. I think if she could be thrown out the White House by 2024, that's what they would send her doing, packing and on her way, because Miss Chucks and Pearls is missing in action right now. Miss Chucks and Pearls it's a whole lot of issues she could be talking about. Quote unquote, you got these voter suppression laws being passed all over the country. Miss Chucks and Pearls ain't saying nothing. She ain't saying nothing. So I think that I'm like you, they're not going to even consider her.
What else you got, Gary? Your crazy self.
Pig feet love. Pig feet love. I tell you what. Is it okay for women to propose to men?
How can I say this?
No.
Hell no. I wish I would get on bended knee and ask a nigger to marry me. But then I'm gonna have to carry him across the threshold. And no.
Well, a whole bunch of women ain't got a problem asking Negroes to shack up with them.
Ooh, good point. Good point.
I would also say a whole lot of Negroes don't have a problem shacking up with these women.
Especially if they got a PS5.
Hey, Al Jackson says, how do black women wipe their butt with them long ghetto fingernails? Do they have a bidet?
Very carefully.
Yeah, or they might have a bidet. I don't know.
So I mean, he says that about nails. So I'm gonna go a step further. When is it when do you cross the line from being, a sexy, attractive woman to hood rat status with some of the things women are doing? Y'all see this here? Y'all can't see it on Clubhouse, but I got my hands over my eyes and my fingers waving. Some of y'all eyelashes are that long. That's ghetto. That's ghetto. Some of y'all are laid up here and cut off your eyebrows. Then you go get a pencil and draw something. That's ghetto. So when do you cross the line, man? Some of y'all wearing these motherfucking heels with your toes hanging off the front of the shoe. That's ghetto. When do you cross the line for being ghetto?
I honestly think ghetto is in the eye of the beholder. Some men like Donovan. They like I see that. They like all of that. I mean, to me, it's what you like. If some men like the as Jonelle said, the bat wings, and some men don't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of y'all like Nicki Minaj or Cardi B.
I never liked it.
But ain't nothing on neither one of them real. But that's what men like. And so you have the everyday woman walking around with the wigs and and can I be honest with y'all? That's what y'all like. I see some of the pictures y'all dudes be liking, and I'm like, now these are the same Negroes that talking about I like a natural woman. Oh, I want a woman, that ain't got all that. And y'all liking women with mops on their heads, they got spiders on their eyelids, they got these, fake booties and waist trainers. You're just doing the most. And I'm like, but y'all like natural women, and no shade to those women who are like, I call them walking science projects. No shade to them, but a lot of times men send mixed signals, and so a lot of women feel like if I can't beat them, I'm gonna join them. But me personally, I don't care what any man likes. I'm gonna be me. I'm not putting on no wigs, none of that stuff to please no man. If he don't like me in my natural state, guess what? Somebody else will.
Well, we got a question. I think I'm the only one that can answer it. 5-star. What will it take for JY football to return to the dominant program that it was? Well, if you don't know the history, I'm not going through it deep, but we come from a school that was a bona fide high school football factory. We have the most players that have ever won Super Bowl rings in the NFL. We still got players in the NFL. And I think that what it would take is they have a new coach over there, Troy DeGar. Congratulations. So I'm gonna just act like Troy's not there. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what it's gonna take. In order to get back to the dominant way that it was, in order to get back, you have to bring somebody into that program that knows how to win. They have to know how to win. I'm gonna give you an example. No matter how many free agents they got, if Tampa Bay didn't pick up Tom Brady, they would have never won. Tom Brady knows how to win Super Bowls. So you got to bring somebody to the sideline that has a pedigree and knows how to win, knows what it takes to get to game 16. And it doesn't take you having to go out there and find the best athletes. What it takes is for you to get the athletes in, train them up, and let's get to work. That's what it's going to take, and that's what it is.
Take this question here. How you doing, Patricia? You said, why men ask a woman's body count and expect an answer? I never understood that either, because
what the hell is a body count?
How many men she slept with before?
Why should it matter?
Yeah, and as I always heard, one is too many. If you answer with one.
now you may like to hear this coming from a man. 9 times out of 10, when you put the man and the woman in the room, the woman is not the prior hoe. The man is. So why is it important for us to know how many people they've slept with? That is their business. And she ain't asking you how many times you had your little meat sucked. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna tell her that. So it doesn't matter how many men she slept with. That's her business. And if you're concerned with that, this is not the woman for you. If you're concerned with that, this is not the woman for you. Now, what you need to worry about is if you get with her and then she just mysteriously leaves your ass and then you see her with somebody else. I need you to think about, is she doing to him what she did to me?
I like Afro Diaspora's answer. He says, a man should never ask a woman her body count. The number is never near the reality.
Yeah, like they said, when a woman answer one, that's gonna be one too many for most men. Why? You didn't have.
I mean, if they were honest, they would just tell her, as long as it's not over this number. And she say, well, it's one. Oh, I can deal with one. It was your brother, but we cool now. Stop asking stupid questions because you're going to get stupid answers. That is not your business. And if she built like a brick house, what you thought she was doing, just laying up in the house, eating apples? She got kids? What you think she was doing with your good virgin ass?
Renee Thompson says, those PPP loans are getting those women new bodies. They getting tummy tucks, breasts, and booty, all on them 20 racks. They making Mr. Miami rich.
Man, them PPP loans, they doing that. I applaud them. Tummy tucks, breast augmentations, and a penitentiary cell. Keep playing with them people. The system just backed up right now. They come and get all y'all. I got some people in my family. I just want to let you know I don't put money on books. You're not getting no commissary money out of me. You balled out the gym. And if you came up on $20, $40, $60,000 on PPE loans and your ass is off your feet right now, you need to go to jail.
Yeah, a lot of people took those loans out and didn't try to do the right thing. But can I just say this about the PPP loans? Because I see, especially a lot of our people, it's almost like and I'm not saying y'all, but I've seen a lot of people almost wishing people would go to jail. Y'all took out these PPP. Now, there's some people out there doing the most ridiculous stuff, like getting millions of dollars and you ain't never had a business. Okay, yeah. But I'm like, these major corporations, them got millions and they didn't even need it. And ain't nobody on their bumper, but let Leroy Brown up the street get some PPP money. Oh, you going to jail. Instead of saying, man, I hope you make it. I hope you use the money for something good or whatever. But I'm more upset at these million and billion dollar corporations getting some of that money when the small black businesses, a lot of them couldn't get any of the money for whatever reason, right? But yeah, if they got them doing some bad stuff with it, then yeah, you kind of brought that on yourself.
I'm gonna take Al's comment and I'm gonna make it a question. If a woman tells a man wait until they have sex,
you talking about to marriage?
Till they don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. Look, I can't give you no advice on shit that I don't know. The last one, I made that agreement. I'm frustrated for 18 months. And the whole time you fucking somebody else. No, don't do it. Get the ass out the gate, man.
All right, I just want to take that, okay? Now, I mean, I think it's to each his own to wait. But this is the thing, from a woman's point of view, you want to tear my stuff all up and down, inside out, round and round, all of that. But yet you ain't put no ring on my fingers. To me, it seems like if you want what I got, then you better give me what I need. Make me an honest woman. I'm just saying, if a woman is saying, I want you to wait, but yet, wait, you don't have no intentions on marrying this woman, or you put a ring on her finger and you ain't set no date, but yeah, you just want to go, just all up and down on this woman. Now, hell no, because I'm gonna tell y'all this: you ain't gonna jump up and down on me, and then when the next man who's serious come along, I got to do what I got to do. Now, I'd rather save all that for somebody who's serious.
Well, I'm glad me and you ain't never met. That would be the biggest argument in the world, man. I am not finna lay around here with no desert dick and go through all this here. I want a ring. I'll take your ass right there to that, not you, but I'll take your ass right there to that flea market and get you one for about $30. Now put this on your finger and give me some ass.
We got to jump over the broom too, okay?
We can do that at the house. We can put that broom right in front of that room, though, and jump over that motherfucker, jump dead in that bed.
And Renee, she's got a good point. She says a man knows in 3 months if he will marry that woman.
If a man knows 3 months he gonna marry that woman, a woman know the first day if she gonna sleep with him. So holding it back, say, man, don't do it. Don't do it. Desert dick, desert dick, desert dick alert.
Too true. Too true.
How you gonna walk around here hollering about you got that wop? And I'm walking around here with sandpaper in my drawers. Hell no. Hell no.
Well, quit playing games if you really want to be. See, that's the thing, though.
But I met you at the club last night.
Hold up. Okay, that's a different story. Now, if you going home with somebody met at the club, I don't even know how to.
I'm not trying to marry these girls. Well, a whole bunch of dudes ain't trying to marry these girls.
Well, then go get you. Be cool with your
especially if they old school Luther Vandross fans. We just need to do it, if only for one night, just one night. One night. You can turn it into a whole motherfucking album. We can do it if it's just for one night. You can let me rub you the right way. When we get in the room, you can turn off the lights.
Or how about if you need a job if you want to be with me?
Oh, Gwen Guthrie, bringing out the Gwen Guthrie.
How about that? Okay, no, but seriously, I mean, y'all want a woman to give her the most inner sacred piece of her for what?
I represent the guys that don't want that inner sacred piece. They want some head.
Well, I think that argument's kind of mute because the way these younger girls are, they're giving out their business cards on the first meet basis. I mean, in our time, I think it's a little different, but I'm not saying a lot of the young girls are loose. But it's like I tell my nieces, I don't want to get married. I don't want to do this. I don't want to, I don't need no man to do all that. Well, you got the baby. You've been living together. Why not get married? But for some reason, they have bought into that bullshit that, oh, I don't need to be married when there's benefits in being married, but yet you're doing everything else but have the ring.
Eric P. say 5-star, you wouldn't last 2 minutes. I'm going to address that. You say I wouldn't last 2 minutes. I wouldn't give a damn if I last a minute and a half, but I was in that motherfucker, dog. I was in there, dog. I wouldn't give a damn if I jumped in there and it fell off in the deep end of the swimming pool. You got to give me some credit for getting in that motherfucking water. Because it's a whole bunch of y'all out there that ain't even went in. Well, that how my boy said, it's a whole bunch of y'all out there that ain't seen no parts of the pussy.
Shout out to School Days, but check it out. Renee, she says they're gonna dirty you up and leave you hurt, and it goes deeper than just sex. It's a spiritual connection and transfer. She's absolutely right.
We can pray while I'm on top of
you. Hell to the no. The devil is a lie. You ain't gonna be praying on top. See, but she right. She's right. I mean, there's more to it for a lot of people. It's more to it than just you just gonna hop on me. You know what I mean? Nah. No.
I ain't doing no hopping. I ain't doing no hopping. But you know what? The women that's talking about, let's wait. They ain't got no problem with the man giving them head. Whole bunch of them. So you want me to give you some head, but you don't want to give me no ass.
I just really feel like, honestly, people should really just be clear of what it is they want. If you are a woman or a man, because it goes both ways, and you want to be in a serious relationship, you want to be married, but that person is not trying to do that, go find you somebody who is willing to do that. Don't try to, string a man along where, you got to wait. I'm trying to wait until we get married. He gonna lie to you and say he gonna wait, but he gonna be off with somewhere else, pretending that he waiting. Or, in Gary's case, she was talking about she was waiting, but she wasn't waiting. I mean, get with somebody who is on that page, but I don't think anybody should feel obligated to give something away in hopes of getting a ring or, all of that.
Well, didn't Eddie Murphy say it best, even though it was in the comedy routine? When a guy really likes you, we really like you. And if you don't want to give us no ass when we're ready to get that ass, we don't like you no more. And it's true. We'll wait. Yeah, we'll wait until we get our ass, and then we're out the door, period.
Yeah, just keep it real. Just keep it real. Don't try to string people along. I mean, I just especially feel like, especially when we grown and we this age, you fully grown, you shouldn't be playing games, and I tell my daughter all the time, a lot of times, and I'm speaking from a woman's point of view, we think that when a man gets a certain age, he outgrows the F-boy syndrome. And I'm like, nah, they come in all ages and colors and size and everything. They be that all the way up to the time they die. So, I mean, I just think people need to stop playing games. Say what it is you want and what you don't want. Straight up. Don't try to spend time with somebody you really ain't into. And if you like something else, go pursue that something else. Stop wasting somebody else's time. Like I said, we grown.
Well, when you're young, they dealing with the F-boys. And when you get older, you're just dealing with the A. You dealing with age when you get old. You know what I'm saying? OAFB. So you got F boys when they're young, OAFB, old age fuck boys. Because some of these old motherfuckers, they fuck boys too. Let's just be honest. I mean, I'm not the perfect person, but I mean, I've been around a bunch of fuck boys, and it's just not the conversation I want to be in. But I'm just telling y'all, don't wait. If you gotta wait, okay, we cool. I'll holler at your big homie. I'm going on about my business. Final thoughts.
Well, final thoughts real quick. Let me go first on this one. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Please be safe. Please keep your head on swivel. Just because it's Mother's Day, these cops are pissed off and they're just looking for somebody to give it to them. So we don't want any tragedies going with that. And again, you guys, please, just like Gary said at the beginning of the show, know your representatives and what they're doing in your name, because you might be surprised.
And I'm just going to say, for anybody, know your worth. Know your worth and know what you want and what you don't want, and don't waver from that. Stand 10 toes down on what it is you want. A lot of times people get into bad relationships or situations because they waver. And as my father always told me, he said, be true to yourself. When you are true to yourself, you're going to come out on the better end of things. If being true to yourself means, as Gary asked me, why women don't want to be with, do women want to be with shorter men? Now, me being untrue to myself, to not hurt people's feelings, would say, oh, no, I don't mind. Well, in essence, I do mind. There's no shade to anybody shorter than me. Hell, I'm short. But I can only be honest with myself and say what I do and I don't want, because that way you don't hurt other people and then you don't get hurt in the process, right? Because eventually your true colors will manifest. So you might as well just be upfront in the beginning.
Say, man, I want to say happy Mother's Day to all y'all out there. Enjoy your weekend. All you moms, enjoy your weekend. It is your weekend. And all you dads that's acting like moms, enjoy your weekend too and your holiday too. I want to make sure that we don't leave nobody out. But I just want you to know something. I want you to know two things before I go. All right. I want you to know two things before I go. They praise dancing with no drawers on, and they still selling coochie at the church. Say, man.
Also, it is Donovan's birthday on Sunday. I want to say happy birthday to my BFF and many, many more.
Yeah, happy birthday to my boy, man. If you was down here, you was in the city, I'd hook you up with one that don't want to ring. And you can knock the bottom out that thing. Say, it's the reason we the best in the building. I want to thank my good friend Donovan D, the Queen Demetri K, and I am the 5-star general until Monday. And I'll be broadcasting live from the H come Monday, because I'm on my way home, baby.